She said, "It's just one kiss for truth or dare. Don't be insecure." I smiled and said, "Hope you enjoy the game." The surprise she got when I showed up with her ex's sister at the afterparty. Original post. I, 29 male, am, for the first time in 2 years, breathing air that doesn't feel recycled. It's a strange, sharp feeling, but I'm getting ahead of myself. This all started 3 weeks ago at our friend Ben's 30th birthday party. My girlfriend, Maya, 27, and I had been together for 2 years, living together in my condo for about 18 months. I'm a data analyst. I like things that make sense. 1 + 1 is equal to 2. Maya is not that. She's a grad student, passionate, chaotic, and as it turns out, a spectacular liar. The party was loud. Awful music. We fell into a game of truth or dare. I hate truth or dare. It's an HR nightmare disguised as fun. Maya, of course, loved it. Ben's idiot cousin spins the bottle, and it lands on Maya. Truth or dare? Dare, obviously, she laughs, tossing her hair back. The cousin looks around, smirks, and points. I dare you to kiss Julian for 7 seconds. My stomach did a slow, cold roll. Julian, 28M, is this guy from her grad program. He's got that struggling artist vibe that's 90% privilege and 10% unwashed hair. She's been mentioning him a lot. Julian is so brilliant. Julian and I are grabbing coffee to study. Julian just gets post-structuralism. I'm not a jealous guy. I'm really not. But my internal math was starting to get weird. Maya glances at me. I give a tiny shrug. What am I going to do? Be the psycho boyfriend who vetoes a party game? She smiles, a bright, brittle thing, and says, "Oh, whatever. It's a game." She walks over to Julian, puts her hands on his shoulders, and they kiss. It wasn't a 7-second peck. It was a 15-second, open-mouthed, "We've definitely done this before" kiss. The room oat. I felt nothing, just quiet, like the audio in my head had been muted. When she sits back down, she's flushed. She leans over to me. "Don't be all weird," she whispers, pinching my leg. "It was just a kiss for truth or dare. Don't be insecure." I looked at her, looked at Julian, who was pointedly not looking at me, and I did something that surprised even me. I smiled, a real, calm smile. "I'm not," I said. "Hope you enjoy the game." Her own smile faltered. This wasn't the reaction she wanted. She wanted me to be angry, to sulk, to make a scene. She wanted to fight so she could call me controlling. I just went back to nursing my drink. We went home an hour later. The car ride was silent. "You're mad," she finally said as we walked into the condo. "Nope, just tired." "Leo, come on. Talk to me." "It was a stupid kiss." "You're right. It was a stupid kiss." I went and brushed my teeth. She followed me. "That's it? You're just fine." "Maya, I'm not going to give you the satisfaction of a fight you're clearly trying to pick. You wanted to kiss him, you got to kiss him. Congrats. I'm going to bed." I left her sputtering in the bathroom. I wasn't fine. I was processing. The math wasn't adding up, and as an analyst, I know that when the numbers are wrong, you don't ignore it. You audit the entire spreadsheet. So I did. I own my condo. She moved in 18 months ago. She's not on the lease or the mortgage. She's a full-time student. She pays for, well, she buys groceries sometimes. I pay the mortgage, the utilities, the internet. Her car, a little sedan, is on my insurance plan because it saved her so much money. Her phone is on my family plan for the same reason. I wasn't keeping score. I was just being a supportive partner. The next morning, while she was in class, I opened the phone bill. I wasn't looking for Julian's number. I was just looking for anomalies. And there it was. One number, texted and called more than mine. More than her mother's. Way more. 1,482 texts last month. I did a quick reverse search. Julian. The truth or dare kiss wasn't the start of something. It was a public preview. My blood didn't boil. It turned to ice. She wasn't just cheating. She was gaslighting me, making me pay for her life, and trying to frame me as the bad guy for even suspecting it. The insecure comment. It was a test. She was testing how far she could push me. I needed more. I needed the why. I remembered her ex Reese. The one she always painted as a complete psycho. He was so controlling, she'd say. He hated all my male friends. He accused me of cheating all the time. My God, it was a script. She was reusing her script. I found him. It wasn't hard. He wasn't some monster. He was just a guy. But I didn't want to talk to him. I wanted to talk to someone who'd have his back, but wouldn't be emotional. I found his sister, Clara, 30F. I sent her a message on social media. Hi, Clara. This is going to sound very strange, but my name is Leo, and I'm currently dating Maya. I think I need to talk to you about your brother. She replied in 10 minutes. Meet me for coffee. Tomorrow. Update 1. 1 week later. The coffee with Clara was illuminating. She's a paralegal. Sharp. No nonsense. And she despised Maya. Not in a petty way, but in a deep, you hurt my family way. Let me guess, she said, not even waiting for our drinks. She told you Reese was abusive, jealous, and controlling? Word for word. And now you're the jealous, controlling one? She's starting to. Clara laid it all out. Maya's modus operandi. She finds a stable, supportive guy, Reese, now me. She moves in. She gets comfortable. She paints her ex as a monster. Then she starts lining up the next guy, me, now Julian, under the guise of just a friend. The moment the current guy, Reese, now me, questions the obvious emotional affair, he becomes the psycho she's been warning everyone about. She did it to Reese for 6 months, Clara said. She was studying with you, Leo, while he paid for her car insurance. When he finally cracked and checked the phone bill, she told all their friends he was an abuser who violated her privacy. By the time he dumped her, he looked like the villain, and she just fell into your arms, the poor victim. I felt sick. She's doing it again, with a guy named Julian. Of course she is, Clara said, stirring her coffee. It's her pattern. She's a parasite, Leo. She's not looking for a partner. She's looking for a host. Good luck. I went home. Maya was there, humming, making pasta. The picture of domestic bliss. Hey, babe. How was work? Standard, I said. She came over to kiss me. I didn't pull away, but I didn't kiss back. Are you still weird about the party? She sighed, rolling her eyes. No, Maya. I'm not weird about the party. I had a plan, but I needed the right moment. The title's Afterparty. The real afterparty was our friends, Alex and Sarah's, engagement party, this past Saturday. It was the social event of our circle. Maya was excited. She bought a new dress on her credit card. I noted maybe she does buy things. Does this make me look good? She asked, spinning in front of the mirror. Looks great, I said. We drove there. She was texting, smiling at her phone. Julian, 100%. We walk into the party. Drinks, music, everyone's happy. Maya immediately gravitates to her friends, no doubt to talk about how I'm being so distant lately. I hung back, waited. At 9 p.m., the doorbell rang again. Alex opened it. Leo, you didn't tell me you were bringing a +1. Alex joked. Just a friend I bumped into, I said, stepping aside. Clara walked in. She looked incredible. Sleek black dress, red lipstick, a shark in a cocktail bar. I watched Maya's face. She was across the room. She saw me. She saw Clara. Her smile didn't just drop, it shattered. She knew Clara. She knew exactly who Clara was. This wasn't just me bringing a random woman. This was me showing up with the sister of the psycho ex. This was me bringing receipts. She started walking toward me, weaving through the crowd, her face white with rage. What is she doing here? She hissed, grabbing my arm. She's a friend of Sarah's cousin. I lied smoothly. Small world, huh? Leo, don't play dumb with me. Why are you with her? We're just talking. Why? Is there a problem? Don't be insecure, Maya. She's just a friend. I used her own words. I watched her process it. The panic. The realization that the game was up. Julian, who was also at the party, started to drift over, sensing trouble. Hey, everything okay? He asked, putting a hand on Maya's back. Oh, this was beautiful. Everything's great, Julian, I said, beaming at him. Maya was just telling me how much she enjoyed your truth or dare kiss. You two have real chemistry. You should explore that. Maya looked like she was going to be sick. Leo, can I talk to you? Outside? Now. No, I said, my smile finally fading. We're going to talk at home, where all your stuff is. For now. I turned back to Clara. Can I get you a drink, Clara? They have a decent Cabernet. Maya just stood there. Julian looked confused. Her friends looked confused. The after party had begun. Update 2, 2 weeks later. The ride home from the engagement party was silent. Maya was vibrating with rage. We walked in, and before I could even take my coat off, she exploded. You humiliated me. You brought my ex's crazy sister to a party just to what? Get me? Because of a stupid game. Was it a stupid game, Maya? Or is it just sloppy? What are you talking about? I'm talking about the 1,482 texts to Julian last month. I'm talking about the fact that your car is on my insurance and your phone is on my bill. I'm talking about the fact that you fed me the exact same line of bull about Reese that you're now prepping to feed Julian about me. Her face went blank. The anger evaporated, replaced by cold, hard panic. You check my phone records? I check my phone bill. That is an insane violation of my privacy. You're just like Reese, she screamed. And there it was. The script. I almost had to laugh. Get out. What? Get out. I want you gone. You have 30 days. I'm serving you a formal notice tomorrow. You can't do that. I'm a student. I live here. I have tenants' rights. You're a guest who has overstayed her welcome. 30 days, Maya. Or I start eviction proceedings. You're kicking me out in the middle of the semester? Over a kiss. I'm kicking you out because you're a manipulative, gaslighting parasite who's been playing me for 2 years. The kiss was just you getting arrogant and making a mistake. Now get out of my room. I'm done talking to you. The next 30 days were a special kind of misery. She didn't leave, of course. She stayed. She used the full 30 days. And she tried to make my life hell. First, the entitlement parade started. Her mother, Eileen, called me. Leo, darling, I think there's been a misunderstanding. Maya is very sensitive right now. With midterms, you can't just uproot her. She's on the dean's list. You're ruining her future. Eileen, your daughter has been carrying on an emotional affair with another man while I pay her bills. She ruined her future. This isn't a negotiation. What kind of man does this? After all she's done for you, she decorated that apartment. I hung up. Then the dirty tricks began. I came home from work, and my brand new, very expensive espresso machine was dead. Just wouldn't turn on. I opened the water reservoir. It was sticky. Sugar. She poured a bag of sugar into the water tank. I just stared at it. The sheer, childish pettiness. A few days later, a framed photo of me and my late father, which sits on my desk, was on the floor. The glass shattered. Oh my God, she fake gasped from the doorway. I was just dusting. It slipped. I'm so sorry, Leo. I looked at her. She was smiling. Just barely. This is where a normal person makes a mistake. They yell. They throw things. They give the other person ammo. I didn't. I called the police to file a report for vandalism. 2 officers showed up. And this, my friends, is where the realism hits you like a truck. Sir, you're saying she intentionally broke this? Yes. She's been hostile since I asked her to move out. Then Maya started. The waterworks. Full on, Oscar-worthy sobbing. Officer, he's just angry. He's been hanging out with my ex's crazy sister. He's been stalking my phone. He's scaring me. I'm just a student. He's trying to make me homeless. I think he broke it to blame me. The cops' expressions changed. They looked at me, a 6-foot-tall guy, calm and cold. They looked at her, a 5 feet 4 inches sobbing victim. Sir, this is a civil matter. It's her word against yours. We can't prove she did this. Honestly, it sounds like a bad breakup. Maybe you should go stay with a friend for a few nights until she's gone. I was advised to leave my own home. I thanked them for their time. They left. Maya was standing in the living room, arms crossed, smirking. See? No one believes you. You're right, I said. The next day, I had a small, very visible security camera installed on my bookshelf, pointed at the living room and my desk. What is that? She shrieked. For my protection. Since you're destroying my property, and I'm apparently scary. This way, we have an impartial witness. She didn't speak to me for 3 days. The 30 days finally ended last Friday. I came home from work. She was still there, on the couch, watching Netflix on my account, eating my food. The 30 days are up, Maya. So, evict me. Take me to court. It'll take months. You'll have to pay for it. And I'll tell everyone how you're abusing a poor student. She was squatting. She had researched just enough to be dangerous. She thought she had me. Final update, 1 month later. She was right. The eviction process is long. It is expensive. I filed the paperwork, and she was served. She just laughed. She was loving this. She'd won. She had a free place to live while she ramped up her thing with Julian, and I was the monster paying for it all. This is where my friendship with Clara paid dividends. She wasn't just a paralegal. She was a researcher, and she hated Maya. She's too arrogant, Clara told me over the phone. She's banking on you being a nice guy who will just get tired and let her win. We need to find leverage that isn't civil court. What leverage? She's a student. She has no money. Her parents think she's a saint. My friends are all confused. What about her school? You said she's on the dean's list. Yeah, she has a full-ride scholarship or something. A prestigious one. She's Dr. Albright's star pupil. There was a long pause on Clara's end. Leo, what scholarship? I don't know. The prestigious-sounding name. Fellowship? She got it when she started. Leo, Clara said, her voice electric. I'm looking it up. That fellowship is not a full ride. It covers tuition, plus it provides a monthly stipend of $2,800 for living expenses. The math was wrong again. $2,800 a month. For 2 years. She hadn't just been letting me pay for her phone and car insurance. She'd been profiting. She was pocketing $2,800 a month in tax-free stipend money while I paid for her entire life, all under the guise of being a poor student. She wasn't a parasite. She was a professional. This whole time, she could have afforded her own place, her own insurance. She just didn't want to. She was saving it, building a nest egg on my back. I felt cold, colder than before. This wasn't just betrayal. This was fraud. And Leo, Clara said, I'm looking at the application requirements. It requires 2 personal references and a statement of financial need. I signed a reference for her. I said, my voice barely a whisper. She wrote it. I just signed it. It said she was brilliant and that she would be relying on personal support as she had no family money. She used you to secure the grant she's now using to screw you over. I was done. I wasn't just angry. I was resolved. The after-party wasn't over. The main event was just starting. With Clara's help, I drafted a letter. It wasn't to Maya. It was to Dr. Albright, her mentor, and to the dean of the scholarship committee. It was polite, professional, the letter of a very concerned data analyst. Dear Dr. Albright and Dean, I am writing to you under difficult circumstances. My name is Leo, last name, and I have been the domestic partner of Maya, last name, for 2 years. It has recently come to my attention that the personal reference and statement of financial need I provided for her application for the prestigious-sounding name, Fellowship, contains significant material misrepresentations. While I was led to believe Maya was in a precarious financial position, I have since discovered this was part of a pattern of financial and personal deceit. I then detailed the stipend, the fact I was paying all her living expenses, and the fact she was banking her stipend. This behavior culminated in my discovery of her affair, and when I ended our relationship, she refused to leave my home, necessitating formal eviction proceedings, case hashtag. I attached everything. The police report for the vandalism, a copy of the formal 30-day notice, the phone bill with my number blacked out, but Julian's and her call/text volume clearly visible. A screenshot of the car insurance policy with her name and car on it, paid by me. And finally, a printout of my bank statements showing 2 years of utility, internet, and mortgage payments with 0 contribution from her. I sent it via certified mail. I didn't have to wait long. 3 days later, I came home from work. The apartment was in chaos. Boxes everywhere. Maya was frantically throwing her clothes into a U-Haul box. Her parents, Mark and Eileen, were there. They looked gray, like they'd seen a ghost. Eileen wouldn't even look at me. Mark just stared at me with dead eyes. Maya was crying. But not the fake, manipulative tears for the cops. These were real. Hot, angry, terrified tears. You ruined me, she shrieked, throwing a textbook into a box. You ruined my life. Dr. Albright, it turns out, does not mess around. Her reputation is everything. A student committing grant fraud, lying on a financial statement, and conducting herself like, well, that's not a star pupil. That's a liability. I didn't say anything. I just leaned against the doorframe and watched them. You couldn't just lose, she screamed at me. You couldn't just let me go. You had to destroy me. I didn't do anything, Maya, I said, my voice quiet. I just audited the spreadsheet. The numbers were wrong. I just presented the data. Her father picked up a box. Let's go, Maya. Just, let's go. He owes me, she screamed, pointing at me. I decorated this place. I gave him 2 years. And you got $2,800 a month in exchange, I said. Seems like a pretty good salary for interior design. Her father flinched. He knew. They all knew. They were gone in an hour. The apartment was a mess, but it was empty. I walked through it. She'd left trash. She'd forgotten to clean the bathroom. Petty to the very end. I got a text from a new number that night. Julian. Hey man, I don't know what you did, but Maya is a wreck. You're a real piece of work, dude. I just replied, she's all yours. Good luck. I blocked him. I'm out. I'm out the cost of an espresso machine. I'm out the cost of a shattered picture frame. I'm out 2 years of supporting someone who was robbing me blind. I'm out the filing fee for an eviction I no longer need. It's not a win that makes you want to celebrate. I feel exhausted. I feel stupid for letting it go on so long. I had a drink with Clara last night. We toasted. To truth, she said. To truth, I agreed. I got the locks changed this morning. The sound of the new key sliding in, so smooth and clean, was the best sound I've heard in a long, long time. The spreadsheet finally balances.